navigator, incidentally, today in that Bristol Mercury slot was Paul Stone, chief pilot of the Shuttleworth collection. We had John Romain in the ARC Lysander, Dodge Bailey in the... In they come, the Supermarine Spitfire 1A, leading the Curtis Hawk 75A1, Grumman Wildcat and Hawker Hurricane 1. Really began to gather in Europe. There was the Munich crisis, which thankfully didn't at that point result in hostilities of that period. The Hurricane 1 then breaking off, leaving the Spitfire 1A, the Wildcat and the Hawk orbiting in front of us. Planes during the 1920s and 30s. You can see one of them on external static display here in the form of the Fury. And it was really on the basis of the Fury design, utilising many of the same construction techniques and design philosophies, that Cam and his team at Hawker conceived a new biplane, a new monoplane fighter. Crucial to it was a new V12 engine from Rolls-Royce, which they called the PV12 and was later to become the Merlin. It was also to be equipped with a retractable undercarriage, and heavy armament was necessary. Initially they were intending to fit Treble 1 Squadron, number 111 Squadron, one of the RAF's most famous units that was first to receive Hurricanes just before Christmas 1937, and thus started the career of one of the outstanding RAF fighters of all time, the great workhorse of the Battle of Britain, which shouldered more of a burden than did the Spitfire in the summer of 1940. Showing that Hurricane pilots were credited with 4/5 of all enemy aircraft destroyed during the period of the battle. But now we change to a very different machine for our next solo, a nippy little naval fighter from the Grumman Iron Works, as the Grumman factory in the United States was called. That was originally conceived as a biplane, but one of Grumman's main competitors, Brewster, was developing a new monoplane fighter with the same US Navy requirements, so Grumman redesigned it into a monoplane. They then redesigned it again when the first of the monoplane designs they came up with proved not exactly to fit the bill, and the result was the F4F Wildcat with the R1830 engine. expensive than the Curtiss design. The US Army Air Corps decided it wanted a backup, so it ordered 210 examples initially of what it dubbed the P-36. It was very soon obsolete in American service. Curtiss also had the new P-40 family of aircraft under development. A few P-36s were stationed at Pearl Harbor on Hawaii at the time of the Japanese attack of the 7th of December 1941 that brought America into the war. That was the type's only combat in American service. Two of them managed to shoot down Mitsubishi Zeros of the Imperial Japanese Navy. But before that, this aircraft had already proved its worth with export customers, and this is a genuine ex-French Armée de l'Air Hawk 75A1 that flew during the Battle of France. It was the French Air Force's standard fighter at the outbreak of war, alongside the Laurent-Sagnier MS-406 and the Latin D520, and the first Allied aerial victories on the Western and 7 French Hawk pilots would achieve ace status. This one was delivered in April 1939. It served with the famous Escadrille Lafayette, Group de Chasse 2-5, its official designation, based at Reims and then at Toul. It is one of the 100 of the Imperial War Museum's. This remarkable airworthy survivor, following its shoot-down on the 26th of May 1940, over the beaches of Dunkirk on what was its one and only operational mission. Really, the entry into service at Duxford of the Spitfire in the summer of 1938 with number 19 Squadron typifies the transition from the monoplane to biplane period. They replaced the Gloucester Gauntlet. Gordon Sinclair was a pre-war pilot with number 19 Squadron. He started out flying the Gauntlet in 1937. He stayed with 19 through Dunkirk, through the Battle of Britain. He claimed 5 kills. He was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross. Before his death, he spoke to an Imperial War Museum researcher about his first experiences of the Spitfire in 1938.
A total change. Apart from anything else with 100 miles an hour change, there was that, but it was a totally different sort of machine. I must admit, I didn't terribly like the Spitfire to begin with, but then I had a reason not to, because the first flight I ever did in one, I turned it upside down on the aerodrome landing, and I thought it gave me the inborn fear of it. It took me quite a lot of hours to get over that. But a lot of other people, like James Card, were doing awful twistles and things like that with the aerodrome. First flight, it took to like a note to water. But it was a wonderful aerodrome. There was no question about it. It looked right. But tactically, from the point of view of fighting, we didn't know any difference because we didn't know how to fight in a gauntlet. Nobody told us.
And that was the other key thing about the period represented by these aircraft. Fighter tactics were changing, certainly in the RAF, though arguably not changing rapidly enough. Sergeant, later Wing Commander George...
As you know, well, the Vickers 3 is all right, looks very pretty at end for displays and all that kind of thing. But if you try to do a sudden turn, left or right, you're going to run into whoever's left or right of you. The Germans were in twos. They ain't fours, but 2 twos. So the number 2 could, whichever way you turn, the other runner you could slip immediately behind you. And you weren't turning into him at all. And we adopted that, but became known as the finger four. Well, there's the squadrons that did this entirely themselves.
These were all lessons that were painfully learned as 1940 wore on through the Battle of France and into the Battle of Britain. The period it's appropriate to recall in particular this weekend, because it was on the 10th of May 1940 that Winston Churchill became Prime Minister. course, later he was to be the new Queen Elizabeth II's first Prime Minister when she came to the throne in 1952. At the time Churchill became PM, swathes of Europe were full of controls. That was our 1938 fighter formation.